Welcome to the hot crowd to Solana. Welcome to the show, 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 crowd to Solana. Welcome to the show with the three amigos. Hotman, Crowder, and Solana on FM radio. Them boys be sliding, so we riding and we ready to go. 100,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing cocoa to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hotman can't stop him, each other deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins, who rock up 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a Pell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song, can't do it wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. You speak the fast while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing the heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
I just texted Zach Gelb, who was filling in for Tobin before us. I go, 2:05. My show's just starting. I have a little respect. Guy's a guest on our radio station, running 5 minutes late. We're starting 5 minutes late. I mean, I'm never going to get all the stuff in on today's show that I had planned now. It's too late.
We ain't got no time.
Zach Gelb, man, hijacked the station.
Big man.
Well, he is a big man. That's why I'm a little trepidatious about attacking him on the air.
Let's jump him.
You got Leroy, and I'll take Gelb.
I'm worried about you and Gelb. I think it's going to be a 2-on-1. I don't know about your squabble.
Leroy's got a bad wing, though. So yeah. I think I might be able to take him, like, if we squabble in the next, say, 48 hours.
Okay. So I'm Gelb, you're Leroy with one arm.
Yeah.
Let's ride.
I may need you over on my side, though, even with the bad wing.
I don't think so, man. I think Len could take Leroy right now.
Let's go.
Did you see Len hit that tackling dummy about 7 years ago?
Yeah, that wasn't impressive.
He's still rubbing Ben Gay on his shoulders, and
he got the icy hot.
This is the final week. We're closing out the week here. Final week without NFL football until February.
It flew by. And here we are. Hall of Fame game next week. And would you like to know stock up and stock down from the Sun Sentinel from today's Dolphins practice?
I do want to know stock up and stock down.
Who wouldn't want to know stock up and stock down? Stock up. Dolphins rookie wide receiver Caleb Douglas is proving he can make plays. He was targeted early and often when they did team drills around midfield. Then in the red zone setting, he hauled in an impressive one-hander. It wasn't all good for Douglas as he later had a drop, but it was a highly active practice for him. His size and length could be a tool for Malik Willis.
Is it Douglas? Is it Tutu? Is it Malik Washington? That's one of the questions. Who's going to be the number one on this receiving corps?
Happens to be a great situation if you've been always looked at as a second-tier receiver or are entering the league as a second-tier receiver. You have a chance to shine.
Yeah, and that's what they have to figure out because somebody got to get the targets. Who's it going to be? And Hafley has to figure that out.
And then stock down today. The pass rush was not much of a factor at Friday's session. That could happen in a red zone heavy day as quicker passes are thrown in close quarters, but it's still a major question mark for the Dolphins entering the season.
Cleveland.
Will we be able to go the entire season without giggling every time we hear Cleveland?
Cleveland. They have to find that guy. They're gone. Jalen Phillips is gone. Who's the other big dude from Denver?
Bradley Chubb.
Chubb's gone. Like, we have to Chop Robinson. What's he going to do? We have to find the pass rush. So they bring in Cleveland Farrell. We'll see if he can still play. It's that 1-year deal, not big money, but we have to find a pass rush.
Well, there's your stock up and stock down. Stock up the Solana family. Mazel, mazel. Solana's brother Daniel had another baby. I forget what his wife's name is because it wasn't really Daniel who had the baby.
Valeria
and Daniel Solana, proud parents of a new baby boy.
Baby boy.
So you are an uncle.
That's
I
two
am.
boys.
I am an uncle.
That's two boys?
Two boys.
Yeah, we're building a little soccer team over here.
Solana, you got to figure this thing out, Solana.
It's all on you, Solana.
Figure what out exactly? What do you what do you
got to
alluding
give
to?
Eduardo and Deborah a granddaughter.
Oh, they have a granddaughter.
Oh, they do? Your sister has a daughter?
Yeah, my sister has a daughter.
All right. Well, you're
So
better
your
off doing
sister-
nothing then.
No, Jack. Solana, you got to make some babies, Solana.
No, don't rush him into it yet. Don't rush him. Don't rush him.
I'll text you.
Well, mazel to Daniel and Valeria and to Tio Alejandro and Tia Valentina and Abuelo and Abuela, Eduardo and Deborah and Hermanito, Jimmy.
6 pounds, 13 ounces. Cleveland Solana. Welcome to the world, buddy. Cleveland Solana.
Cleveland. That's great. Today is National Avocado Day.
Oh,
My holiday.
it's crazy. My son loves avocado toast too.
It's a superfood.
He loves it. I made him avocado toast today. He's going to ask for it in the
so
morning. He
great to
loves
hear.
avocado toast.
So great to hear.
Because old T.O. Hoch.
Spreads the gospel. I didn't get out of the apartment today. I had a couple of city inspections or whatever, so I had a smoothie for lunch. I didn't even get my avocado toast. It was going to be a very special day, National Avocado Day. We were talking about like food stuff yesterday, how many toppings you can put on a pizza, how to eat your Troppa chops, but can't have avocado toast for dinner, right? I could have a salad with avocado on it.
No, you can't have avocado toast for dinner.
Yeah.
You can have like a chicken sandwich with avocado on it.
Right. Yeah.
But Chan puts tahini, lemon juice, all everything seasoning. He loads up this avocado toast, and I don't know if that's acceptable.
Yeah, definitely. You got to do the red pepper flakes.
Mm-hmm.
Red pepper flakes on the avocado toast. Maybe a little crumbled feta.
Mm.
Oh,
Man.
Oh yeah, he's not crumbling feta at my house. We don't have feta.
I'm gonna DM him. We had Crowder powder on our bowls last night.
Oh,
Lori made us a protein bowl. You know, it was just veggies with chicken. And I said, where'd you get the chicken? Because it tasted different than her normal chicken. And she said, oh, do you like it? And I said, yeah, it's got a little zip to it. She goes, it's Crowder powder.
hey,
said,
my
"Woo."
girl.
But I think she said she used the taco seasoning Crowder powder and not the poultry one. I don't know why.
Well, it has cumin in it, garlic, onion, everything else. You know, Crowder powder got all the flavors you need.
Oh, it was good. Yeah, look at that. Somebody put on the chat. Crowder powder, good AF.
It's a wonderful combination of flavors that explode in your mouth.
Crowderpowder.com is the website if
There
you want
you
to see
go.
it. You still got the koozies up there with that?
Yeah, koozies. We got bottle openers. It's a mouth explosion.
Well, get yourself a mouth explosion before this Friday is over. Crowderpowder.com. We have a loaded potato today on the program. Ben Volen from the Boston Globe. We're going to talk some NFL with him. Jack McMullen. He is in New York. We'll talk some Marlins Mets with Jack Mack. We'll celebrate National Avocado Day. I have a list from the New York Post of the highest paid podcasters in the world. Where do you think the pivot falls on this list?
Low.
Well, admittedly, I read the article over and over and over, and I could not find your names anywhere.
Oh, low. we don't really master monetizing.
Well, you've got nothing on me and Stu Gatz. Let's start with headlines today as we enter a world with football next week. Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami at a Domino's game. You'll always find your abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
I don't want to jump the gun on your list, Hoch, but is that Jay Shetty on that list as one of the most richest podcasters? Isn't that his name? Didn't you have him on, Crowder? That Jay Shetty
he's like
with the light eyes.
Inspirational speaker, good looking dude, pretty green eyes, good looking dude. But I think you have to master the monetization of a podcast and not just the content. So I don't know who's on this list.
You're correct in that. You know what? More than monetization, you need a big daddy company who comes in and says, we're going to give you $100 million for the rights to your podcast. And you let them master the monetization of the podcast, which is like, I think we would all know, if I remember correctly, I'll get to it later, but I think Joe Rogan's number one. But I think he signed a $100 million deal with Spotify.
Spotify, the Barstool people, like you have to have that big platform, and then you just deliver them really canned shows.
You deliver them the content.
Yeah, they give them a canned show, and then they can go do whatever they want with it. So we're actually working on that now with the pivot because I can't talk about Etsy all day.
It's What's the guy's name? Jay Shetty? How is it? Just the letter J or Jay?
JayShetty. Hoch, here's the thing. He's an inspirational speaker.
He's a good-looking dude. That guy's got a nice head of hair.
He's a looker, and he's smart, and y'all would call him Denzelish.
Yeah. So here's what's happening in the Solana household.
See, I would tap out after 10 minutes. Like, hey, buddy, I got you. Not everything has to be a pearl of wisdom.
I get into my fiance's car, and she's listening to some dude who's speaking very softly, and
looks like he might have a British accent.
He does. He
does.
See,
golly, man. They damn it.
Yeah.
You hot, you're not British.
Damn it. It just goes so far, you know?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And then this evolves to every discussion I'm having with my fiance. It turns into, well, Jay Shetty says this and Jay Shetty says that. So finally, I remember Crowder had him on the pivot. So I looked up Jay Shetty. And I read that he spent a couple months or a couple years, I don't know, living with monks.
Oh, like Jared Leto.
And that's all I needed to know. Like, all right.
You see what's going on with this Jared Leto, by the way?
No.
No, he's being accused of all kinds of sexual assault from underage women. Yeah. Oh, Jared Leto. Oh, I'm so I'm so far removed from it. He didn't know that there was COVID. He also didn't know there's laws. He's he's one with the earth. He's Jared Leto.
He should have been playing on his phone. He was playing in the wrong areas. Goodness.
I guarantee you he finds Jesus like Russell Brand did.
Yeah. You were right on that guy from the very beginning, Hoch. You were so right
Leto,
on that guy.
Come on. Did you ever see My So-Called Life, or are you too young for that?
No, never saw it.
It literally, he was in that with Claire Danes. It's one of the best TV series that ever was made, but it only lasted like 6 episodes, and then everyone was so popular they didn't want to do the show anymore, and so it just disappeared into the ether. But man,
Jared that was Leto. For white people.
Yeah.
Yeah, My So-Called Life was that wasn't for
it
my
was
people.
So good. And I don't think that came out till like I was married, but it was so good. I resonate with young people.
No, you don't.
I do.
Hoch, you could walk into UM's locker room and y'all are going to resonate.
If I had a British accent. I have more pearls of wisdom on a per capita basis because I'm on the air 4 hours a day. I guarantee you I have more pearls of wisdom on a per capita basis than Jay Shetty does, but he's got a British accent and a nice head of hair.
No.
So nobody listens to what I say. They don't hear the pearls. And they, oh, Jay Shetty this and Jay Shetty that. In the meantime, I'm the one spouting out the life advice that could change your life for the better. But I don't have a British accent. Don't have a nice head of hair.
What you got? Give me one.
How about if I tell it to you like this?
Jay Shetty he's very articulate, and he does have the pearls. Like I enjoy talking to him.
I don't know.
Yeah. Everything he says belongs on a throw pillow.
Yeah.
Just Hawk, I'm telling you, man. I looked this guy up. Lived with monks. I mean, get out of here.
Yeah.
What does
I mean,
that? What does
are we
that
doing?
mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Because he had to get, in tune with those who are in tune with nature. And yeah, okay, Jay.
I enjoy speaking with Jay.
Hawk's right on this one, man. Jay Shetty, take away his British accent and take away his light eyes. He's hosting afternoons on WQAM.
Easy. And people are going, he's an idiot. All he does is talk about food.
He has like degrees and all kind of stuff, man.
I've got degrees. I've got degrees. I'm a smart guy.
I don't know if you have degrees.
I got a degree.
Singular.
I do have 1 degree.
You use degree deodorant, right? Is that what you're referring to?
I've got 98.6 degrees.
All right. Quick headlines here. Caleb Douglas really was the star from training camp. I have a series of tweets from all the reporters or all the beat writers who were out there today. Everybody referenced Caleb Douglas. The Dolphins will not practice tomorrow, but they will have their first open practice of training camp rather on Sunday. That one's open to the public. The Marlins did lose last night, 4-2. They're going to play the Mets again tonight. Game 2 of that 4-game series, 7:10 p.m. from, what is it, Shea Stadium, Citi Field, whatever.
Citi Field, we closed Shade.
That's right. Closed it with a beating.
Yep. Knocked them out of the playoffs.
That's right.
And Inter Miami, they're back on the pitch tomorrow. Maybe Leo Messi is going to play tomorrow. They host Columbus, 7:30 p.m. at New Stadium.
All right.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 90 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the 80s. That's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Beat the storm. Schedule your free roof and window estimate today. Call 954-968-8155.
Pip, pip, cheerio. Somebody says my so-called life lasted 19 episodes. I thought it was done with 6. Maybe there is a good ending to it. Maybe I tapped out. Maybe they didn't tap out. Maybe I tapped out.
It was so good.
Were there 19 episodes of my so-called life?
Oh, that wasn't for us.
What's the band that Jared Leto is the lead singer of? He's the lead singer of a very popular band.
Florida Georgia Line?
I don't think so.
30 Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Jimbo, you got your hair cut too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Look at that. He got
Jimmy,
his
you
moose.
hit Costco today and the barber. This is a big Friday.
Yeah, it's a big Friday.
Yeah.
What happened? You got the fresh cut, and then you went right over to Costco, got the glizzy and the ketchup.
Yep, got the glizzy and the ketchup and gas.
Man.
Did you tell him give me the big forehead?
Yeah, I told him exactly that.
I'm joking, Jimmy. I'm joking.
When's the last time you've had an avocado, Jimmy?
Never.
Never had an avocado.
Nope.
I have to tell you, I didn't like avocado up until about 10 years ago because it was mushy. I didn't like the texture of it, but then you start eating it, and I don't know, something about it.
Oh, I've told you before, mushrooms. I couldn't stand mushrooms when I was
I still
a kid.
don't eat them.
I love mushrooms. Grilled
Do they
mushrooms?
have a flavor? I don't know if I've ever had a mushroom.
They do.
It's more of a delivery system, but they're good.
No, mushrooms have flavor.
What mushrooms?
Well,
there's several different mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are.
No.
Yeah, I was trying to get to my British accent.
No way.
Shiitake. A British accent. Someone help me out there. All right, Ben Volen is going to join us in the next segment. Let's talk some NFL with him. I'm a big believer in Atlantic Men's Clinic. As I get older, didn't feel like myself. I'm 56 now. I get tired more easily. It's why I started getting testosterone at Atlantic Men's Clinic. Guys, low testosterone is something men younger and younger are experiencing. So if your game isn't what it used to be, you've got less energy and less drive, you don't feel like yourself, go to Atlantic Men's Clinic. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you lose weight and have more energy and improve your sleep and increase your sex drive and so much more. And they have successfully treated many men for low T, including me. And I'm here to tell you, you will notice the difference. You really will. So if you think you might be low T, what should you do? Go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com, take the low T quiz right there on the website. It's 10 questions, yes or no answers, take 2 minutes, and then schedule a consult with Atlantic Men's Clinic. They do your lab work. They have your results within 30 minutes. And then a Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. You make the decision together with their medical team. And if you're like the many men who are low T, within just a few weeks, you're going to feel your energy return, the brain fog go away, your sleep improve, your workouts improve, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So don't ignore the signs. Call them today. Take that first step towards feeling better. Phone number is 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or you can visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. They have 7 locations in South Florida, so it's convenient from everywhere. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I love the colonoscopy.
shipping up to Boston for our guy Ben Volen from the Boston Globe. It's like football season when Ben's coming back on the show, you know?
Yes.
Feels good.
I love it.
Ben Volen's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He's the senior NFL columnist for the Boston Globe. He's been covering the NFL since 2007. And as I've mentioned, the Hall of Fame game is next week. So the NFL is here. I want to start with a team in Florida, Ben, but a team not the Dolphins. We were talking yesterday about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, and we were trying to figure out where he ranks among active quarterbacks in the NFL and where you stand on this situation between him and the Bucs, because I can make a case for both sides, but it is pretty wild how in the public domain his dissatisfaction is with the team.
I agree. That's definitely the most unique part of what's going on. Is most guys choose not to, let the negotiations go public, and we're not going to talk about it. He's like, no, what do you guys want to know? Let's talk. And I'm really disappointed. And I thought they, saw my value, but apparently they don't. And he called them cheap, in a roundabout way, talking about how superstar players like Tristan Wirfs have had to hold in to get their contract, and Vita Vea is requesting a trade now because he can't get his deal. So that's definitely the unique part. I do wonder if Baker's being a little over emotional and not totally truthful, because it came out today. I saw, one of his complaints was that, well, they only offered me a 2-year deal. But then I saw Pro Football Talk say it was actually a 2-year extension. So they really offered him a new 3-year deal. Well, okay. Well, maybe the dollar amount isn't exactly what Mayfield wanted, but it sounds like the Bucs were willing to engage with him. And, he just kind of cuts it off and puts them on blast. And, I kind of get it from their perspective too. Like, he plays a very reckless style of football. He suffered a lot of injuries last year that he had to play throughout the season. They started 6-2 and finished 8-9 and missed the playoffs. I'd be a little hesitant to pay him like top dollar right now. I know like $50 million is kind of what quarterbacks make. I think there are 12 quarterbacks making $50 million a year. So it's not crazy to pay Baker that money, but with his style and with the way that he just kind of went off on his team now, I don't know if they're going to be so like eager to come back to the table and give him what he wants right now.
And Ben, speaking of that, 'cause we talked about it yesterday, like Hoch was saying, where Patrick's at 64 a year, Dak Prescott 60, 55 for Burrow, 55 for Josh Allen, 55 for Jordan Love. Is he anywhere close to that? Because I like Baker. He's exciting, but I don't know if he's a $50 million quarterback.
Well, like I said, there's 12 guys right now who make that kind of money. So is Baker like a top 13 quarterback? And you take out even the rookie contracts, like you don't even have to include Drake May and Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams. So I do think there's an argument that Baker is probably in that 50 million per year conversation. What has Jordan Love really accomplished for the Packers? Baker, made the playoffs 2 years in a row and won a playoff game and has brought good leadership to that team and has helped them have a smooth transition since Tom Brady retired. So he has done a lot for them, but it also, he's not an unrestricted free agent. So, his value isn't like what those other quarterbacks make isn't always necessarily going to have a direct impact on Baker Mayfield. It's not like he can go out and shop his services to other teams. So I'm surprised that he made those comments yesterday, and he might regret saying some of that stuff, and he might want to walk it back, and he might want to extend his deadline a little bit, because it sounds like the Bucs were kind of engaging him in contracts, and he's the one who just shut it off. So I think that he should maybe walk back some of those comments and be a little more open to still negotiating that contract.
What's the option though for the Bucs? Is it just to not pay him and then try to find a quarterback next season in free agency if they let Baker and walk? What options do they have right now? Because I'd rather have a top 13 quarterback in the NFL than not have a top 13 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, and Baker's only 31, so he still has some runway left in his career. You're just, I guess if nothing else, you put off the decision another year. There's no reason you can't sign Baker Mayfield to a contract again next offseason. Let him play out the season, bet on himself, see where the market stands. I mean, who knows? Like, a year is a long time in the NFL. So many things can change with quarterbacks. And Baker Mayfield, as upset as he could be right now, there's still only 32 of these starting jobs, and he clearly wants to be in Tampa. That's where his family has settled down, and they want to be there long term. So I don't think there's as much risk for the Bucs. It's really on Baker now. Like, he's got to play, and he's going to play out this contract. And if he gets hurt or if he doesn't have a good year, it's going to hurt him next year as he goes for that new deal.
There's a lot of quarterback stuff to talk about with Ben, and I guess that's probably the way it is heading into any season. You start focusing on the quarterbacks first, because Jacoby Brissett, that interested me. Malik Willis, I want to ask you about him. And who else were we talking about? Well, Tua, we were talking about at the beginning of the week because he had missed the first practice. His back was a little tight. You had sent me a GIF when I texted you this morning of Tua. I sent you back a picture of myself. I happen to be wearing a Tua jersey that Solana bought for all of us this offseason. How much were they on Fanatics or NFL.com?
$6.99.
$6.99. We got Tua Dolphins jerseys, so I was wearing that. But I bet a future on the Hard Rock Bet app for Tua to be comeback player of the year. And my rationale, he's plus 4,000. My rationale is, and I think the favorite is Patrick Mahomes. But I think if Patrick Mahomes has a great season, he's going to be in the MVP talk. And I don't think you're going to, vote for him to be comeback player of the year and MVP. And I think Tua, he's going to be the starter, right? Penix is not going to be healthy. He's going to be the starter. And if he has some decent games the first few weeks, going to be hard to put him on the bench for Michael Penix, who I don't think any of us think is head and shoulders better than Tua. And so I'm kind of expecting maybe a little bit of resurgence. He's got some weapons too. I hate to give love to a Florida Gator, but Pitts is pretty decent tight end. If we got to get the ball out quickly, that's not a bad target to have. What do you think about my Tua future?
So I like it a lot. I agree with you. And, you guys know me. I'm the number one Tua fan. I genuinely think he's in a pretty good spot there in Atlanta. Good weapons. I think Stefanski's a pretty good coach. They play indoors, like NFC South, a lot of good weather games. So I do think it sets up well for Tua. This back injury is concerning. I don't like the sound of that as training camp starts, but I agree with you. I expect him to beat up. I just don't think Penix is going to be ready with him coming off the knee. And I think Tua is going to get first crack, and I do think he could be decent. In a normal year, I think he's going to be a great shot, for comeback player of the year. Mahomes, that's almost like not fair for Mahomes to be included in that this year. Obviously, I agree with you. If he has anything close to a Patrick Mahomes season, he's going to be the front runner. But, Kyler Murray in Minnesota, I think, has a shot. I kind of like Deshaun Watson maybe having a bounce back year in Cleveland. The Browns have the same formula that the Patriots rode to success last year, where all their games are Sunday at 1:00. They have like the second fewest travel miles in the NFL, and they have the easiest strength of schedule. So actually, I think Deshaun Watson, I expect him to beat out Shedeur Sanders, and I think Watson has a chance. I'm not saying he's going to, but he has a chance to have a bounce back season. But yeah, I think Tua is landing in a good spot in Atlanta. There's no expectations. That contract's not saddling him down with anything. So I like where your head's at, Hoch. I think that's a good bet for Tua he probably has pretty good odds. That's probably going to be a nice payoff for you if Tua does actually pull that off.
This is the first time Ben and I have ever agreed on Tua.
It's the last time you will as well. Then Malik Willis. What is it? Just a toss up? Like, are you leaning either way? Because Tennessee, not a lot of starts. Then he's backing up Jordan Love. Like, we know his path, but who knows what he's going to do? Like, what do you expect out of Malik Willis going into the season?
Yeah, my expectations aren't as high just because he's never been someone who's done it over a course of a season. It's one thing to look good in spurts for the Packers, but to do it week in, week out, to stay healthy over 18 weeks, including the bye week, teams are getting film on you. I mean, all that, he's completely unproven. So Yeah, I mean, maybe he ends up being a pretty good find for the Dolphins, but I think it's just really they're looking at it as a one-year Band-Aid. If it works out, awesome. They have him under contract again next year, and they're building something. If it doesn't work out, they have a bad season, they'll have a top 5 pick, and they'll go get another quarterback in the draft. So I just think they were looking for someone they could trust to be a leader through the offseason, kind of guide this team as they start over. And they, obviously the coach and the GM know Malik Willis well and obviously think very highly of him. But as far as knowing whether he can be the guy, I mean, even they have no idea, just because it's such a different animal when you have to do it week in and week out. And so I have no idea what to expect from Willis, but my expectations, I think, are pretty low and pretty realistic.
I was going to ask quickly, Solana, sorry. Like, why Band-Aid a broken leg? Like, the philosophy of bringing in Malik Willis, giving him, I think he's making $22 million this year. Do you like the approach that they're bringing him in because they trust him? Why not start Quinn Ewers?
Yeah, well, look, you're trying to build a program, Channing, and even if Malik Willis doesn't end up having a good season, he's a good leader for that team. He's leading them through the offseason. He's someone that the guys can look up to. He's got a few pelts, in the NFL now. Like, he's got some experience. Quinn Ewers, I mean, this guy might be out of the league pretty soon. Like, no one knows if he can play. You can't put out a quarterback who's just going to, get his brains bashed in and does not give with all due respect, does not give the team much chance to compete and just tanks every week. And you're trying to build up other positions on your team, see which players are part of the future. And so you need to have a semblance of a quarterback there. If Malik Willis can't play and you need to turn to Quinn Ewers, then so be it. But you've got to have a feasible quarterback situation going into the season, just because, like, even if you are trying to maybe play for a top 5 pick, you're not completely trying to tank, and you're still trying to develop 50 other guys on the roster and see who's there for the future. So, like, Quinn Ewers just way too inexperienced and not enough of a prospect for the Dolphins to realistically entrust him with the starting quarterback job.
To that point, though, Ben, I know the expectations, not just here in Miami, but around the NFL, are that the Dolphins are going to be bad and they will be, in a top 5 position to draft next year. But is the gap between the Dolphins and, I don't know, the Jets really that large? Is the gap between the Dolphins and the Cardinals, or you had mentioned the Browns? Like, is it really that large to where the Dolphins are for sure going to be the worst team in the NFL? I know their schedule is tough, but we've seen this before, right? Teams go through rebuilds. They find a way to win 5-6 games.
Yeah, it's possible, depending on how great of a coach Jeff Hafley is, and maybe they found something with Malik Willis, which I think that would make the Dolphins happy, where they don't have to use a draft pick on a quarterback, and they have a young guy that they have, now to build around for the future. So they would love that. No, they're going to have competition for that number 1 pick. The Cardinals are going to be terrible. Jacoby Brissett, bless him, is going to take a beating for the first half of the season, and then they're going to turn it over to Carson Beck, and they're going to be 2-15 and competing for the number 1 pick, most likely. The Jets? You said it. I mean, with Geno Smith, he was awful last year. Who says the Jets are going to be any good this year? We saw it in the NFL. There were several really bad teams last year. It's kind of now less of a middle class, and it's just teams that are really good or really bad. And you don't know which team's going to suffer a quarterback injury and then just go through hell all season because they can't find someone to take snaps. So, no, I mean, the Dolphins are not a lock to be the worst team, but they just don't have a lot of high-end talent. They're clearly using this as a reset year to refocus the salary cap, and I think they'd probably be okay if, they end up with a top 5 pick and we're in line for one of those quarterbacks.
Which one do you think is more likely? Drake May has a season comparable to last season, or Drake May has a significant fall off?
Well, I don't think he'll have a significant fall off. I do think I don't think it'll be significant. I still think he'll be a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. I don't think he'll complete 72% of his passes, but I think the Patriots will put better. The offensive line will be better this year. He'll be year 2 in Josh McDaniel's system. He's got more ownership. his weapons are better with A.J. Brown and Romeo Dobbs. And I assume they're keeping Kayshon Boutte. If they end up moving him, then I'm not so sure. But, better weapons, more experience, better line. But no question, the schedule is much more difficult. Both the teams are going to be tougher. Last year, they beat up on a bunch of easy teams with bad quarterbacks. And then they're going to be playing all these weird games at night and on different days of the week and in Europe and out in the West Coast and all this stuff. So I think they're like a 10, maybe an 11 win team. So I don't think Drake May will be, second in MVP voting this year, but I don't think he's going to I don't think he's going to like fall off and have a horrible season. I still think he's a very good player. So I think he'll still be a Pro Bowl caliber player this year.
We shall see. Ben Volen from the Boston Globe. Is the Vrabel stuff, is that done and everyone's moved on?
As long as, Diana Rossini doesn't come out with, start telling tales again. Yes, I assume this is it and everyone's moved on. And we've even heard from the owner. The owner said he supports Mike Vrabel. The owner probably in a way enjoyed it because Vrabel was, really feeling himself last year after coming in and taking that team to the Super Bowl and could probably, demand the moon and Kraft would have to deliver it. Well, now after this thing, it's kind of humbled Vrabel and knocked him down a peg. And now, you know what? He's a little more grateful to have his job, and Robert Kraft's got a little more of the leverage in that relationship now. So not a fun thing for the organization, but in the end, it probably worked out better for Kraft.
It's not going to affect anything because no one cares if their coach has a side chick, Ben. Like I've answered this question 100 times, bro. If they don't go to the Super Bowl, it's not because he was messing with Diana Rossini. I can't figure that out.
I believe that's going to be the cause for Drake May's fall off.
This is ridiculous.
I can't rule it out. I'd say probably not. That Diana Rossini probably is not the reason that they'll be held back from the Super Bowl. But you know what?
Agree to
You
disagree.
never know.
Yeah, never
You
know.
never know.
You gotta wait
Players
till the
are
season
going to
plays
walk
out.
in and wink at Mike. Got you, Mike. Appreciate you, brother. Come on,
Ben
man.
Volen
This is
from the
ridiculous.
Boston Globe. We'll see you, Ben.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Enjoy talking NFL with him. Enjoy having NFL season back. All right, we'll take a break and we'll come back with more Hochman, Crowder, and Solana.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Me sube la bilirrubina.
Yeah, Spider-Man and freezing full effect.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
You ready, Bill?
I'm ready, Slick. Are you?
Oh yeah. Take it down.
With a little BBD.
Correct.
I sense something strange in my mind.
You know who's in BBD?
Situation is.
DeVoe.
Let's cure it.
You are correct. DeVoe is the D in BBD. Do you know
Yeah.
the other two members of BBD, Crowder?
Bell and Biv.
That's right. Bell Biv DeVoe. Look at these guys. We were talking before the show started about seeing Spider-Man. I always say I'm not a big superhero guy. I happen to like all these superhero movies, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember. Solana was asking Jimmy before the show started, can you remind me what happened in the previous Spider-Mans? Because I got to know as well. When DJ lived at home and I could go with him, then he would, give me the little cliff notes as the movie was going on. You remember that guy from so-and-so and whatever. I just don't retain that info from movie to movie. I mean, when's the last time a Spider-Man movie came out? It has to be years, right?
No, it's recent. The Homecoming.
It was like 3 years ago, I think. 2 years
That's
ago.
like 3 years. How do you know what's going on?
I just don't. Once they started the multiverse thing, that I can't deal with that. Like, you can't tell me that there's different universes in the universe.
The last Spider-Man movie was in 2021.
So 5 years ago. And this is the
Yeah.
same one? This is Tobey Maguire?
Tom Holland.
Who?
Tom Holland, and he's talking to a little girl named Zendaya or something like that.
That's
They're
right.
married.
Yeah.
It's his wife.
They're
Oh,
married?
they're married?
In
Yeah,
real
they're
life.
married.
Yeah, that's his wife.
Is she the one who was in Euphoria?
Yes.
She was excellent in that. I only watched the last season, and I really only paid attention to Sydney Sweeney. But Zendaya, by the way, I have added to my record since we've last mentioned it. I've watched The Housemaid an additional 16 times.
Bro, past what you're talking about. The Housemaid is a good movie.
It is on all the time. Is it a good movie?
It like the concept.
It's interesting.
of-
Like it's not just hey, we're gonna figure out a way to get her shirt off. Like there is a pretty cool twist in there.
it's like abducted in plain sight type thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, look, I think that was a great movie. I think the
I'm
concept
gonna watch it again now that you say it. Yeah, I really want
Dale.
God bless. Dale.
to delve into that.
Dale.
305. Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
305 on the Hochman, Crowder, and Solana show is brought to you by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as family. Have you seen The Housemaid yet, Solana?
I have not.
It is an interesting movie. Like, it's not just a throwaway.
No.
Is she a good actress?
Zendaya?
No, Sydney Sweeney.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good. Not great. She's okay.
No, she's phenomenal, man. She's fantastic.
You're looking at it from a visual standpoint. Look at it from an acting standpoint.
Why?
Because in The Housemaid, she kind of holds her own as an actress, no?
She was in The White Lotus, Hawk. And that's when I had first found out about Sydney Sweeney because I never watched Euphoria. She was phenomenal in The White Lotus.
She wasn't phenomenal in it. That was a very minor part.
Minor?
Yes.
She was the main character.
She wasn't even close to the main character. The main character, in my opinion, was the hotel manager who took a dump in the suitcase.
That's the best part.
You're talking about what's the girl, the crazy one, the
Megan Fox.
the Joker's girlfriend.
The Joker's.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, the Barbie girl, the Barbie lady.
Oh, yeah, I love her. She's
Robbie?
the one from Wolf of Wall Street.
Margot
Wolf of
Robbie.
Wall Street. She's a phenomenal actress. Sydney Sweeney is not on her level.
Is Margot Robbie a phenomenal actress?
Margot Robbie is one of my favorite, and not just she's a pretty lady, but she is a great actress.
I don't think I've seen her in anything but Wolf of Wall Street.
You haven't seen Harley Quinn?
Nah.
Oh, you got to watch. What's the movie? The
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Watch Suicide Squad, Hawk.
She's
in
great
a lot of
Wolf of Wall Street.
She's in a lot of stuff though, man. Margot Robbie, she was in I, Tonya. Remember I told you about I, Tonya?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Wasn't she the Bugonia girl, whatever?
No.
Who was Bugonia?
That's like Emma Stone.
Emma Stone's a great actress.
She is a fantastic actress. She absolutely
Sydney Sweeney's
is.
not on Emma Stone or Margot Robbie's level. She's good. She's not great.
Well, what are you doing there? Why isn't she
I don't
on that
even
level?
know. I don't even know if Sydney Sweeney's good. I'm not even willing to get there. I'm not certain that she's a good actress or not. She's captivating.
Kerry Washington's a great actress.
I don't know if I've seen her in anything.
What?
What have you seen her in? Hotel?
She had the series where she was the fixer.
Hotel?
Hawk. Wasn't
she in a TV show called Hotel?
No, she was the fixer for the president. Kerry Washington's a great actress.
I just haven't seen her in anything, so I don't know. Kerry Washington.
Are you talking about Scandal?
Scandal.
I don't even know what that is.
It was a great TV show on ABC.
You need better streaming services.
Nah, I get the housemaid.
Margot Robbie, Emma Stone, Kerry Washington are great actresses. The
People ask me, they go,
is not up there with them.
Hey, they go, what streaming services do you subscribe to? I go, the housemaid. Let's do headlines here for the 3:00 hour. Dolphins did finish the week with a practice today. And I have some stuff I want to get to. Jack McMullen also is going to join us in the 4:00 hour. We will talk some Marlins baseball with him. He's up in New York. Headlines brought to you by our friends at Doral Kia in Miami at a Domino's game. You'll always find your Abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
So Tony Romo has been placed on indefinite leave from his NFL.
They're going to try to get out of that monster contract, aren't they?
Yeah.
How much does he make a year?
I don't remember exactly what the numbers are, but he's getting paid. And J.J. Watt's going to replace him on CBS alongside Jim Nantz and Tracy Wolfson.
JJ, the old one.
Yeah, TJ's still playing.
I heard 18 million is what I heard.
18. That's what I just looked. Tony Romo makes 18 million a year. It was a 10-year, $180 million contract.
That's $1 million a week.
Crazy.
But correct me if I'm wrong here. I almost feel like the video that came out, I don't know how much you guys talked about it earlier this week, made him seem a bit more, I don't know, like regular guy.
He was adorable.
Yeah.
I hope my driving under the influence is that pleasant.
Fellas, he was banged up.
Oh, he was banged up. I'm not defending him because you should not drive in that condition. And by the way, when you're under a $180 million contract, call an Uber if there's even a question of your sobriety. But he wasn't belligerent. He was just kind of like, he was Tony Romo. He was doing the whole Tony Romo shtick. It just wasn't working on the lady.
It was an 18-round golf game, and there was a number of beers that were consumed.
Yeah. They said there was an open container in the car.
Yeah.
He
was banged up.
Yeah. He couldn't hear anything that she was saying. He kept saying, I'm going to grandma and grandpa's house. And then this came out that all four of his grandparents are dead, which is a good line. But now people are saying that he was going to his parents' house and he's got kids. So his parents are grandpa and grandma. Okay. But it's a great line. However, whatever the context is that you're using it, and where are you off to now?
Oh, grandpa and grandma's house. It's a softener.
Yeah.
She wasn't dealing with none of that.
No, he tried everything.
He tried it all.
He really did. She's like, and I think it was underneath at the police station. She's like, "Have you suffered any concussions recently?" You know, before they were going to go through the sobriety test or whatever. And he's like, "I mean, yeah, in my career, I've you know, like he's trying to like lead her into like, oh, you're Tony Romo."
Yeah.
She didn't
She
give
wasn't
a
with it.
bleep.
The 15th hair flip, I knew he was going to jail.
Man, he's got some hair to flip. And at
When
first I thought he was like, wow, he's got a great head of hair. And then the more I look at it, it's pretty sparse.
Get the hair right.
He's growing it real long, but he's using it to flip over the sparse areas.
Yeah. That 15th hair flip, I said, yeah, TR.
What do you think? What do you think Jim Nance texts him? Because Nance, we feel like is prim and proper guy.
Yeah.
But that dude, you're telling me when he's sitting around with all the guys at Augusta and they're knocking down whatever those famous drinks are at Augusta and they're eating the pimento cheese sandwiches, you're telling me it doesn't get a little colorful with Jim Nance?
Mm-hmm. He's still a man.
Yep.
Yeah, Tone, they got you. Yeah, Tone,
Right,
they
like-
got you. Smiley face.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, you gave it your best shot, big dog. See you week 4.
Good try, big dog. Smiley face.
You ever make it to grandma and grandpa's house, Tony? I will say, though, as somebody who has been in a situation once before where Tony Romo was trying to use his influence of who he was to get away with something, I commend the police officer for doing her
you
job
stand with
properly.
her.
I
Because
stand
he
with
tried
her.
that nonsense on you in the line to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, tried the hair flip as well. And I told him, hey, Tony, hit the bricks, brother.
You tried the hair flip?
He tried the hair flip.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, yeah, you flip your hair. It's all coming out.
Well, listen, don't flip your hair. Your teeth are going to fly out.
It's beautiful.
I don't know. I feel a little weird if he were to lose his job over it. I mean, I guess CBS can do whatever they want, and I'm with you, Hoch. You shouldn't drive under the influence. Like, that goes without saying. But
I think he'd have a
lose his
hell of a
job?
lawsuit if they try to. This ends up being a misdemeanor. The law. Where was he in
Yeah.
Texas?
No, like Wisconsin or something, right?
Well,
Wasn't
the
he up
law
north?
was if it's your first offense, it becomes a misdemeanor, which is, I mean, they'll have. I mean, he'd have a heck of a lawsuit if they try to get out of $180 million contract over what appeared to be a friendly encounter with law enforcement over a misdemeanor. I think they'll put him on ice for a couple of weeks to make
Yeah.
it seem like they're, serious about, and again, that is a serious thing. You shouldn't be driving under the influence. So, but I think he'll be back by week 3. I bet he
Yeah.
misses a couple of weeks.
They have to prove a point, but he's going to be paid for week 1 and 2
Yeah.
before coming back for week 3.
One other NFL note here. I saw this tweeted yesterday. You know that account? We brought it up before. Warren Sharp covers the league. And he tweeted out a list of the most expensive offenses in 2026. It starts with the Los Angeles Rams, $207 million just on the offensive side of the football. And then the Buccaneers are second, the Cowboys, the Vikings, the Bengals.
Does Tua count towards the Dolphins offense or the Falcons offense, or he just doesn't count?
He doesn't count towards the Dolphins offense. Whatever the Falcons are paying him, whatever it is that they agreed to, it does count.
Dead money.
Right. Where do you guys think the Dolphins are on this list?
Oh, bottom 5.
They have to be dead last.
So I'm going to start with number 26 and work our way down. Number 26 is the Raiders, $126 million. The Texans are 27th, $125 million. The Browns, 28th, 124 million. Giants, 124 million. Ravens, 124 million. That's 26 through 30. Then he writes, huge gap, 31. Jets, 97 million. Huge gap, 32. Dolphins, $67 million.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. They have $50 million wrapped up in Tua. Add that, you're at 110 million. You know what I mean? Like they it's why I keep saying, when you keep saying, oh, there's going to be an upside surprise, like it's impossible in this league
to work with 50 cents on the dollar.
It's crazy.
Half the salary cap is dead money this year. We're talking about Caleb Douglas and Tutu Atwell. Who's going to be the number one? Bro, it's going to be very tough to go out there and compete with these teams that have double the money you have.
Oh, somebody points out on the text line, Jim Nance had to have texted him, hello, friend. Of course. Damn it.
Good try, friend.
Hello, friend.
So the Marlins are going to play the New York Mets tonight, game 2 of that 4-game series. The Mets, they were going to start Freddie Peralta, he's their pitcher, but they scratched him, the Mets did, because Peralta is expected to be traded by Monday's MLB trade deadline.
All right. If you have a trade in the works, you certainly don't want to get him injured.
Marlins Mets tonight, 7:10 p.m.
Little hubbub, if you're seeing it on social media, little hubbub that the Yankees are very interested in Otto Lopez.
Ooh.
That would bother me. There's like, if they were to trade Liam Hicks, I get it because you've got Joe Mack.
Yeah.
But if they're going to trade Otto Lopez or X, and both those names are floating around there now, from what I read, nobody is untouchable on the Marlins except for Sandy Alcantara and Yuri Perez.
What are you going to get back for Otto Lopez, though?
Well, that's the thing, is like you're going to get back stuff that they're going to tell you is, rated X on the prospect list and whatever, and it just doesn't work for me. But I'm not, I'm not in the weeds when it comes to baseball. So, Jack McMullen, if a trade like that were to happen, he would say, hey, they won this deal because next season they're going to have X, X, and X. But I just enjoy watching Otto Lopez, and I enjoy watching Xavier Edwards, and I just don't want to see them traded, more guys traded, and they're at 500 right now. I mean, they're because I looked at it because Jack was coming on next hour. They're 110 games into the season. They're exactly 500. I feel like they're overperforming. I didn't expect them to be at 500 and be within a wild card shot. So I don't know. I hope they don't trade Otto Lopez or Xavier Edwards.
You're 55 and 55 in the wild card race. And now you're going to tell me that we have a second baseman that we're going to send to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. I wouldn't like it. But like you said, they have to evaluate everything.
Yeah.
It goes back to what I think Marlins fans, their biggest gripe has been over the years, which is we fall in love with whoever, right? We fall in love with a player, and that player ultimately is traded. Whether or not you're in a position to compete, the Marlins will always cash in on a good player who they're willing to get assets for. And I don't know, like at this point, you're 2.5 games back of the wild card. Shouldn't you be, I'm not necessarily saying, be buyers and go spend a ton of money and give up assets. Like, fine, don't do that, but go compete. Try to make the wild card this year. Isn't that the whole point? You're 2.5 games back.
You have to determine, if you're Peter Bendix, you have to determine, are we truer to the team that over a 5-week period was the hottest team in baseball, or are we truer to a team that lost 12 in a row right after that?
Yeah.
And we're not going to pass up on the opportunity to get better for future seasons if we think we're closer to that 12 loss in a row team, because we've got some guys who have value right now. But if you think, no, you know what, we're kind of competitive and we do think we can make a push for the wild card by the end of this season, you probably stand pat. They're not going to be buyers, like you said. They're not going to go out and spend a bunch of money right now at 500, and that I understand. I'm just hoping that they don't I'm hoping they don't disappoint me again by trading away guys who I like.
But they're at 500 being one of, I think it's the second or third lowest payroll.
Yeah.
Like, what are we getting rid of Otto Lopez for? We're the third lowest payroll in the league, and we're at 500, and we're 2.5 games back. What are we doing with that? Keep good players. I know it sounds crazy. Keep good players, get rid of bad ones.
But
Lopez and Xavier Edwards can damn play baseball.
Their argument, though, would be, well, we're in this position because we did that in the past couple seasons, because we built up our farm system, because we moved on from guys who were good, but we got great players to develop them. But, Hoch, here's the only thing. I think we all know the answer to your question, which is, are they truer to the team who in the month of June was the hottest team in baseball, or are they truer to the team that in every other month has a below 500 record? The reality is they're truer to the latter, not the team in June, because there's a larger sample size of that. But to me, as somebody who for years has watched the Marlins in this situation do what ultimately I think they're going to do, which is trade Otto Lopez and trade Liam Hicks and maybe trade Xavier Edwards, don't. This year, you're there. Even if you're not a team that ultimately Peter Bendix is evaluating that can go and make the wild card and make some noise, at least try. Because you're in this situation that you didn't think you'd be in. It's the Heat argument every year. Fans are like, oh, just tank. And the Heat are like, no, we'll take our shot in the play-in tournament and try to get to the playoffs. And guess what? One year, they made it to the NBA final. So if you're the Marlins, go. At least put yourself in that position.
I'm with you. It, to me, is very reminiscent of pulling Yuri Perez after 7 perfect innings, which is you can have a plan, but you got to be able to deviate from the plan every now and then when it's going to foster great will amongst your long-suffering fans. Keeping Yuri Perez in that game was against everything Clayton McCullough had planned on doing and what the organization would have told him to do. But for me, you had to deviate in that moment. And I'm kind of with Solana on this one. Listen, I think they're truer to the team that they actually are right now. They're about a 500 ball club. But that doesn't mean they can't get hot at the end of the season when they need to, like we saw them get hot in June. So I would do what Solana is preaching, which is just throw the dice on this one. Try to make it happen. See if we get some postseason baseball, have a little fun with it, and you deviate from the plan a little bit.
And that's on Bendix to figure that out. They're 29th. I wanted to make sure. I looked it up. 29th at $81 million payroll. The Guardians are $73 million. They're dead last at 30. But you look at the teams that they just even the Philadelphia, they just competed with them. And Philadelphia's 4 highest payroll, and they're 50 and 59. Like, you can work around this. Like, as I'm looking into the major leagues, like, the payroll doesn't really mean much. You just have to go all in. If you go all in, let's go all in. And they're 500. There are teams that have triple the money invested in their players that have worse records. Speaking of the Mets is the highest payroll, $325 million, and they're 47 and 63.
I just don't understand the idea of every year, well, we're going to end up falling short, so we're going to kick on this season.
Well, if you know you're going to fall short, I get it. If you then keep stocking your prospects so that you get to the point where you're not going to fall short. But I don't think you can make that determination this season. That's my greater point. Somebody texts in, Hoch, what happens when the Dolphins overachieve in the same way the Marlins are overachieving with their measly $70 million payroll this season? They won't.
Everybody else has 300 million. We have 150 million. It is what it is.
It can happen in baseball. That cannot happen in NFL football.
Devon Achan, we talk about a center. Aaron Brewer. We're talking about a center. That's our star. A center. We're in trouble.
Although it is nice to have a good center.
It's great to have a good center.
It's a game of inches, fellas. You gotta snap it properly to get that inch.
You are correct.
All right, guys. Your weather in South Florida right now. By the way, tonight's Marlins-Mets game is at 7:10 p.m. That is your first pitch. Listen to the game right here on FM 104.3 WQAM. I had mentioned Inter Miami does play tomorrow as well. They host Columbus at New Stadium, 7:30 p.m. Your weather in South Florida right now, 90 degrees. Tonight, the low is actually 94. Yeesh. Tonight, the lows, they're going to drop into the low 80s. That weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Have a leaky roof? We better take action now. Get your free estimate. Call 954-968-8155.
How much does Channing Crowder make via the pivot? We're going to find out in the next segment as I go over the list of top paid podcasters in the world. No better way to spend a summer day or a weekend day than at Gulfstream Park in beautiful Hallandale Beach. They have live racing at Gulfstream Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays through August 31st. Monday racing features weekly on-track giveaways, a $500 drawing, new wagers, and food and drink specials. Enjoy $3 Mondays in the Silk Simulcast Center. You can enjoy $3 cheese pizza slices, soft pretzels, and hot dogs. Plus, enjoy $3 Bud drafts at the Breezeway Bar. Post time 12:20. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Also, you can make reservations at 10 Palms Restaurant and enjoy prime seating and dining while overlooking the track. 10 Palms is open Saturday, Sunday, and Monday during the summer as well. You can make reservations at GulfstreamPark.com. Gulfstream's got something new and exciting at 10 Palms as well. Betting Brunch. It's a wagering tournament. If you're good at this, you can win some money. You get to enjoy the 10 Palms buffet. The next Betting Brunch is Saturday, August 8th. Brunch, wagering, live racing, the opportunity to win some prizes and money. Betting Brunch at Gulfstream Park. You can sign up right now at GulfstreamPark.com. Just click on events. Gulfstream Park, perfect for a day of racing and fun. It's also a perfect venue for groups, events, and private parties. They host groups from 10 to over 1,000 people. So make it a day at Gulfstream Park this weekend, any weekend, or on Mondays as well. There's nothing better than a beautiful South Florida summer day, betting on some horse racing and enjoying the great sights and sounds at Gulfstream Park. Get all the details at GulfstreamPark.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and
Come you're rubbing your hands together like you're ready to play a little blackjack.
Yeah, I just, Chan's about to run under 940. Under
You're in the,
940.
You're in the coach's mode right now.
Yeah, I got to get him right. We worked out
Nothing
this
makes
morning.
you happier than trying to keep someone in line. That's like your wheelhouse.
Hawk, we got a team from Douglas, Georgia, and they have 5 commits, 2 to Georgia, 1 to Georgia Tech, and 2 to Mississippi State. And Lil Chan worked out with him this morning, and then he has to run now. And then we have a workout, a weight room workout at 6. And then we're going to get in the garage and work out later on. I love
this
it.
Baseball?
Baseball, yeah, but just overall, just training.
Right, but he's still focused on baseball, not football.
No. He wants to play football next year, but baseball is his main sport. He can hit that damn ball.
Well, we shall follow his career trajectory, and hopefully he ends up like Aronde Gadsden II, and we get to hear his name called by the commissioner of whatever sport and get to sit back and relax.
It's when I saw Jeff Conine when Griffin won the game the other day, and they showed Jeff. I can't wait to sit in the stands when Chan hits a walk-off, and I'm just sitting up there, and they're putting up stats of all that. I can't wait.
Well,
what one walk-off home run, and he's already more successful than you were in the NFL.
See, we are having a great moment about parenting, and
really
you're going to come in here with this foolishness, and you can't even make a baby.
Not for lack of trying, though, right? If you need any help, may I suggest my streaming service, The Housemaid.
Figure it out, Solana.
I was going to say, before Solana rudely interrupted that moment, that kind of training does not come cheap, and that's why you should go to crowderpowder.com and buy yourself some Crowder powder.
I appreciate you, brother.
So here are, although let's find out, you may not need to buy Crowder powder based on these podcast salary rankings that Forbes has done. You know, Crowder has a very successful podcast called The Pivot. And if you don't subscribe, you should, even if you're not going to watch it. You should go to YouTube and subscribe to The Pivot.
Watch 5 minutes. Get the numbers up.
And you can subscribe to my podcast with Stu Gatz. It's called With Stu Gatz and Hochman. You can find that on YouTube as well. Subscribe. I don't even care if you watch the 5 minutes. Just subscribe. I think I mentioned it earlier. This is from Forbes. These are the top paid podcasters for 2026. Now, how does the pay come? Many times, as I said at the beginning of the show, it's just a blanket deal with Spotify. We're going to pay you X amount of money. You deliver us the podcast. We'll go out and monetize it. Other podcasts, they monetize it themselves.
Yes.
They have product placement. They have sponsorships, logo placement, all that stuff.
We've done both ways.
Now, do you know who the top paid podcaster is in the world right now?
I think, and it makes sense you brought up Joe Rogan. I think Joe Rogan might be the guy.
It is Joe Rogan. $82 million a year for his podcast. Is it the Joe Rogan Experience? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you listen at all? Has anyone listened? I've only seen a couple of clips on social media. For me, Joe Rogan's always going to be the host of Fear Factor.
I do watch when the guests are guys I want to listen to, but they go for like 3 hours. They do long podcasts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they go a long time.
Number 2, I've never heard of. The podcast is called TBPN, John Coogan and Jordy Hayes. Do you know them, Solana?
I don't know them, but that's a technology podcast, right?
I don't know.
Like a business technology podcast. I've seen a couple clips that pop up on my timeline.
TBPN, yeah, Technology Business Programming Network. It's a live daily tech talk show hosted by John Coogan and Jordy Hayes.
Yeah. Call her daddy.
That
Alex
is up
Cooper.
there.
I know they make a bunch of money.
Well, John Coogan and Jordy Hayes make $70 million on this tech podcast.
Man, we doing something wrong over at the Pivot.
Call Her Daddy, which is Alex Cooper.
Yeah.
She is on the list. She is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's number 8, only generating $32 million a year.
Crazy.
Well, if only you can put in front of 32 million.
I'm
That
going to have a
story.
podcast where I talk about The Housemaid. And every day I just talk about what I've witnessed on The Housemaid. And because it's similar to Call Her Daddy, I think.
Call Her Daddy is crazy.
That story of Call Her Daddy is absurd, by the way. These were just two girls who were good looking and talked about sex. And
Which is a perfect recipe, by the way, for listeners.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I don't mean that in a demeaning way. Like, they hit on something, you know, and Barstool picked up the pod and it just exploded. And it was Alex Cooper and this girl, Sophia Franklin. And somewhere around, like, right after COVID, the two split because Sophia Franklin, I don't remember the exact story, but like, her husband or fiance was some dude that worked with HBO and she was trying to get a deal done. And essentially they split. And Alex Cooper turned that into an absolute monster. Like,
Yep.
bro, she had Kim Kardashian on a couple months ago. Just a monster of a podcast.
I believe she had Kamala on leading up to the election, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You want to
We got to
guess?
check when we did Barack on the pivot.
Yeah.
We had they gave us the option of Kamala or Barack.
What's your most downloaded episode? Do you know, or your most viewed episode?
The Rock is crazy, 4 or 5 million. Kevin Hart was crazy. Barack's probably up there as well. Just ridiculous. And then the one when Floyd cried.
Mm.
When Floyd Mayweather cried, and yeah, we had to go to sleep. He said 9 p.m. Then he told us 3 a.m. I went to my room and took a nap and came back down, and that's when the episode happened.
That's crazy. That's when you know you have money and power, when clocks don't matter.
Yeah. Floyd said 3 a.m. Like in 5 hours? We're going 5 hours from now. Yeah, I'm going to bed, man. I'm tired.
Want to guess some other podcasts might be on the list?
Ooh. Shetty. Is Jay Shetty on there?
He is indeed on the list. Jay Shetty, On Purpose, is the name of the podcast. $21 million a year.
Crazy.
Man,
To read
we're doing
motivational
something.
quotes off Google in a British accent.
So I know call her daddy, Joe Rogan,
The
Shetty,
Kelseys, New Heights has to be
New
on that.
Heights.
New Heights is one spot ahead of Call Her Daddy. They generate $35 million a year from New Heights.
Crazy.
Did you see Travis Kelce, by the way, at camp yesterday?
No.
No.
He's fat. When I say fat, I mean fat.
If he wasn't married to what's her name? Twizzy? What's her name?
Kerry Washington.
Taylor Swift.
If he wasn't married to Taylor Swift, I don't know what that show would be. But
it wouldn't be 35 million.
No, his attachment to Taylor Swift blew everything up for the entire Kelce family.
Yeah, they had access to the most famous woman in the world. Inside access.
I watched the Taylor Swift episode.
I've never watched a New Heights episode. I don't watch
It was
podcasts.
terrible.
Was it?
But it's Taylor Swift sitting
Yeah.
down. Like, people
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
A couple others.
The Breakfast Club. I'm just listing pods that I know are famous. Breakfast Club with
Charlemagne the God generates $27 million a year on his Breakfast Club network. He is on the list. There's another person from the hip hop industry, very popular podcast for a long time. He's on the list.
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
I used
Joe
to
Budden.
watch that.
He's last on the list, $20 million a year.
What about Who is it? Mason, the other guy. I said what I said, whatever it's called.
Oh, Cameron?
Cameron and Mace. Are they
Oh,
on there?
Cameron and Mace. Yeah, they're here. 46 cents. They're just one notch above me and Stugat.
the Pippin got Cameron and Mace.
I've never watched Joe Budden. I've only seen clips. Is he ever happy and smiling, or is he always he's like just serious and everything is the most earth-shattering moment and revelation?
You hit it on the head.
He reminds me of like is he hip hop's who's the guy that played with Peasy in Pittsburgh?
James Harrison.
Yeah, is he hip hop's James Harrison?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all going downhill. The whole industry's going downhill.
He had one song, right? Joe Budden. He had one song, "Pump It Up."
Pump it up.
I only know it because it was on Too Fast, Too Furious.
Here is the list from Forbes. Joe Rogan's first. TBPN is second. Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO, is third, $45 million. Ashley Flowers, Crime Junkie, is fourth. You know, these crime podcasts where they solve something that's been, unsolved for years, or they look into a crime that's been solved one way and they think it's the other. She's at $42 million a year. Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes, the Smartless podcast, which is extremely popular, 37 million a year. Mel Robbins, 35 million.
Oh,
I don't know who Mel Robbins is.
Mel Robbins is one of the most intriguing human beings I've ever been around in my life. We had her on the pivot.
Another motivational person?
Motivational person, but just like extremely smart, never at a lack of words. Mel Robbins is special. God gave her something special.
She created that Let Them series of books that are like wildly popular. They're all New York Times bestsellers.
Yeah, she got me. I talked to her for an hour after the podcast was over.
Oh, she must have enjoyed that. Jason and Travis Kelce next, then Alex Cooper. Then you've got Pod Saves America. That's John Favreau, political pod, left-leaning. That's 28 million. Charlemagne the God, 27 million. Dax Shepard, 25 million a year.
Me, you, Fred, Ryan, and Stu guys got to sit down and talk about what we're doing.
Amy Poehler, she's got that Good Hang podcast, and it happens to be very good. I've watched clips of that. She makes 24 million a year. Bill Simmons, 22 million a year with his ringer stuff. And then Jay Shetty and Joe Budden.
I got to work harder.
Yeah, I don't know what I got to do. I got to do something. All right, 4 o'clock hour is coming up, and we will talk with Jack McMullen in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll get some headlines from Solana. We'll keep thinking about what we're doing wrong in our broadcast careers based on what other people seem to be making. I know I'm more entertaining than all these people. John Shetty.
Yeah. Y'all don't let me put my little nuggets out here of hope.
Well, if it's going to bring us Shetty money, let's give him a segment. Give him a nugget segment.
Nugget segment.
All right, 4 o'clock hours coming up.
If your garage door is outdated, damaged, or not hurricane ready, you can't wait. Call Allied Doors today. Stop waiting. You can't be the person if I'm talking about your neighbor or if I'm talking about you. Beautiful home, beautiful family, great people, well-kept yard, and garbage garage doors. Don't do that and don't be that person. You got to call Allied Doors today. Huge in-stock inventory, same-day service, custom impact-rated doors that are built to protect and upgrade your home fast. And if you mention this ad, you get $300 off. $300 off, and you protect and upgrade your home. And I'm not even talking about the openers, LiftMaster openers. They have the side-mounted openers. They have the top-mounted openers. They are built to perform. It doesn't take a minute to open the garage, and it doesn't have to be loud. Lift Masters are so special. Our personal home, my wife's investment properties, we use Allied Doors, and I'm telling you, call Allied Doors. Let them come out. Let them see what they can do for you. You will love it. Give them a call today, 954-942-8550. That's 954-942-8550, or visit allied-doors.com. Mention this ad. Tell them my name. You get $300 off, and you are protecting and upgrading your home. Do not wait. Call Allied Doors today.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I notice you guys don't listen to me very much.
What's that?
What'd you say again?
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass
Our stock market report, as the market has closed for the week. Are sponsored by Anajar Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Dow Jones up 276 points to finish the week. That's 0.5%. S&P 500 up 52 points. And the NASDAQ up a full percent, 251 points. So we got a little back that we had lost during the week. I was just thinking of spitballing during the commercial break. Joe Rogan makes $82 million a year with his podcast. If I can siphon off just a little bit of that through a misspelling, I'd be happy with 5% of that. And so I'm going to start the Joe Rogan podcast. And I'm going to refer to myself as Joe Rogan and see if I can gain some traction that way.
You know what? It's not a bad business plan, Hawk.
Not the worst idea. What's 5% of 82 million? 500 million?
No, that's higher than 82 million. So that can't be 5%. It'd be 10% would be 8.2, so 4.1.
I'd be thrilled with that. Everybody's got to download Joe Rogan.
That's the thought of Pivot Energy. We don't need all of Bang's money and all of Red Bull's money. We just need 10% of Red Bull's money.
In fact, if you want to support Crowder, because the Pivot didn't make the list, crowderpowder.com.
Yes.
And Pivot Energy Drink.
Yes.
And if you want to support me through my son, because all the money goes to him, today happens to be National Avocado Day. Go to hochlovesavocadotoast.com and buy a t-shirt. Look at that beautiful Hoch, Crowder, Solana, and Jimmy t-shirt. That is for sale right now at hochlovesavocadotoast.com. What better day to buy it than National Avocado Day?
I'm saving it for a Pivot episode. That's why I haven't wore it yet.
Wow. Product placement?
Yeah, I'm going to call you my dude, man. I'm going to watch out for you.
Yeah, now we're talking.
I got you, baby.
Jimmy, we're going to do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right,
Everybody,
let's get
did you see that the thread people are saying that Jimmy needs to start a podcast just calling random businesses?
It would be so brilliant, Jimmy. Because it's the opposite of the Jerky Boys, who were very popular. They would call businesses, they would F with them. Jimmy calls anyone, he nuts up, he stutters and stammers all over himself. He can't get off the phone fast enough.
Jimmy,
it would be an unbelievably popular podcast.
First subscription would be Channing Crowder.
What would the name be?
I was going to say, think of a name, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Think of a name.
Well, if you're going with Joe Rogan,
yeah.
What if he's Alex Pooper?
Hey, Jimmy, you still got to call Rikers. I'm not letting you go from this one.
We're going to do one with Solana, Joe Budhead.
Well, I've got a podcast. I mean, you guys, you flaunt your podcast nonstop, and I haven't heard you talk about the This Is Football podcast one time for people to go support that.
My bad. I thought you were referring to the Porpoise Pod.
Solana, you got your hair cut too.
No, I got my hair cut a couple days ago.
Is that This Is Football podcast? That's still that's happening?
Yeah, well, this is something I do separately from the radio station.
No, I know.
This is football.
As are ours.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to promote it. So it's called This Is Football?
Yeah, been doing it for a couple months. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it yet, Hoch.
It hasn't popped up on my algorithm.
Huh.
Is it anything like The Housemaid?
It's very much like The Housemaid.
No, it's with your brother Daniel, correct?
Yep.
Daniel just had a baby today. Congratulations, Daniel Solana and Valeria Solana. They had a baby boy today. And Tio Alejandro. Tia Valentina. Abuelo Eduardo. Abuela Deborah.
Give him a nosy.
Yeah.
Nosy.
You going to the hospital after the show tonight?
Yeah, I was there earlier today, and I'll be there again tonight.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Well,
Rub
the
your-
podcast, if you want to support Daniel and Alejandro, Dos Hermanos,
There we
talking a little footy, go to wherever you get your podcast, search This Is Football, Futbol, and subscribe to their podcast.
Yeah, a little soccer, a little enema talk. I mean, time of our lives.
All right.
That's
Everybody has a lot
weird-
of tasks. Go to crowderpowder.com,
Mhm.
buy some Pivot Energy drink. Go to hochlovesavocadotoast.com, buy a shirt or a hat. Subscribe to the Hoch and Stugatz pod. Subscribe to the Solana Brothers football podcast. This is football. Jimmy, anything going on that you want to promote?
No, this week I'll be watching SummerSlam.
Oh, all right. No, that's good. That's a good promotion.
Get some goddamn moves. Boy, you slick back.
This weekend, I'll be watching The Housemaid.
Hawk, you can't watch that movie 8 times.
I see something new every time I watch it.
It's actually a good movie.
All right, headlines. Jack McMullen's going to join us this hour. We'll talk some Marlins baseball. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
Yankees lead the Chicago Cubs 2-0 in the top of the 8th right now.
All right.
Or that's a repeat from yesterday. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, neither of us are going to know.
No, it's
what's
live.
the difference?
The Marlins who play tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the MLB trade deadline approaching. Marlins will play the Mets tonight. They did lose yesterday, ending that win streak. Tonight's game will be a 7:10 p.m. first pitch. You do have Inter Miami playing tomorrow as well. It is Uruguayan Heritage Night at New Stadium, which is why I'll be out there.
Are you
They play
going?
Columbus. Yes.
Very cool.
Yes. And that's
What
a
do y'all
7:30
do?
p.m. game. What do we do at a soccer
Yeah.
game?
No.
No,
Like,
but-
what is Uruguay? Like Uruguay.
Like, what is
night?
the
Like,
Uruguayan heritage?
Yeah.
We drink mate.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. We complain about officiating.
you bite people.
We bite people.
Okay. I can't show up to this event.
Somebody texted in. I don't know how much of this you guys have followed. I know the World Cup has pretty much finished here, the hype around it as well. But there's a lot of controversy swirling around FIFA. Somebody texted in, what do the Solana brothers think of the FIFA money grift? And there's actually a report right now, several outlets reporting that Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, is being pressured into stepping down following what this entire situation that's really blown up in his face. Essentially, FIFA was opening up private equity money into buying shares of FIFA. It would have been a different company. It's very complicated, but the UEFA Confederation, the European Soccer Confederation, has been very outspoken against this and said, we are boycotting any FIFA events. And that's not just the upcoming World Cup in 4 years. Like, that's every FIFA event. CONCACAF has come out and said the same thing. All these governing bodies from around the world have come out against what FIFA has been trying to do. It's a very, very polarizing issue right now in the soccer world.
Yeah, I didn't like it when I read it. Now, I will say Infantino is saying that it's being misconstrued in the media, that the media reports are false, but he is not backing off from opening up investment into FIFA via private equity funds. I know it's a big deal because Whittingham was asked to be on CBS and CNN today to discuss it. This would be a huge change. I remember soccer fans uniting before to stop the Super League. And oftentimes, if everyone is adamant that we're not going along with this, it can actually work. And man, if all the major confederations and players and owners speak out against this, maybe they can, because I just think, I mean, listen, FIFA's corrupt already.
Yeah.
And now you're going to start putting private equity funds in the mix as well. Like, it is just so ripe for more corruption. I hope it doesn't happen.
I just don't. What is it going to go down to the players and fans and infrastructure and all of that? If there's hundreds of millions of dollars being
And more than that, and more than hundreds of millions. We're talking billions.
If billions of dollars are now put into FIFA and the fans' experience is better and the players' salaries go up, is it that bad? I don't know. I like you said, I was on the edge of the story.
Again, it's very complicated and it's layered, but what FIFA was trying to do, because they were going to open up a company, it was FFE, I believe, and it was the FIFA Forward Enterprise, and essentially what they were going to do was have that enterprise, that company, oversee the tournament. So FIFA would still exist, but they were going to oversee the tournaments. And with this money that they were going to get from these private equity firms, it was going to be translated back to pretty much every nation that is a part of FIFA, that competes in FIFA regulated, whether it's tournaments, qualifiers, whatever. But there seems to be like no balance to it where, I don't know, the smallest country, Cabo Verde, is getting the same amount of money that England would be getting. And then what are those funds going to be used for?
Well, because they don't answer to anybody. That's the problem. FIFA already doesn't answer to anybody. There's no, government that it has to. It's its own entity, but it's the most powerful sports entity already. I think it's just such a bad idea.
Because I'm in private equities. I have some infrastructure stuff with municipalities when you loan them the money to get it back. Like, it works, but everybody eats off of it. I just didn't know if everybody's going to eat off of this new thing.
Well, they'll tell you that's what's going to happen.
But really what's going to end up happening is these private equity firms are going to dilute the game for more profit. And ultimately, who suffers? It's the fans. It's the players.
It would be akin to the NCAA taking on private equity firms and saying, no, this is going to be great for all schools. And then guess what's going to happen? The private equity firms are going to say, well, you know what? We seem to make more money off Michigan, Ohio. Why don't we have them play 3 times a year? And then there's no one to answer to but themselves, and it's all driven by money. I just think it's a terrible idea.
Nope. I'm with you with that.
I would like to say goodbye to Mahoney Pearson, the dorms at the University of Miami. They are officially torn down. That is where I spent my freshman year at the University of Miami. I was in Pearson. Oh, if those walls could talk, they would be silent because nothing went on in my room.
They would tell you by yourself.
But Mahoney Pearson has come down. End of an era.
That was the loneliest dorm ever.
If those walls could talk, they would say, hey, how about bringing someone into this room beside you?
You and Ticket Wizard playing video games.
If those walls could talk, they would say, really? Another episode of Alf, huh? If those walls in Pearson Hall could talk, they would say, how much acidophilus is that guy going to drink?
There was no action in y'all's room.
It's insane what the University of Miami is doing to that campus. Have you seen some of the renderings?
All schools, though.
Yeah.
You
got to keep resorts. These schools are resorts. You're trying to get parents. I know, because I just went through. I mean, DJ just graduated from University of Tampa, but think about it. It's like, you want to go to a certain school. That school, like, they'd like me to spend $75,000 over the next 4 years or whatever the tuition's going to be. Like, they're also trying to court customers. And so you've got to make it so that the kid walks onto that campus and goes, this is where I want to spend my next 4 years. That's a huge business.
Oh, y'all just gave me hell about UF because what is it, 1.3 billion they're about to put into the stadium?
Yeah.
They just put 300 million into the weight room 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to keep up with Michigan, Ohio State. They have to keep up with Alabama. They have to keep up with these teams. Tennessee, I don't even like the Vols. That campus is damn beautiful. Yeah. It is amazing. And that's what you got to do. You have to have these kids and these parents walk on to this thing, to Hawk's point, walk on to these universities and walk on to these campuses and be mind boggled by what you're looking at. And that's what they're doing. It's an arms race.
Finally, guys, you see this DoorDash, what they're trying to do? They're launching a drone delivery service that is going to be able to bring food straight to your home. It's going to be called DoorDash Air. And it seems like they're rolling out all these drones that'll be delivering your food from here on out via drone flying through the air.
I don't like it.
It's going to be ubiquitous. It's going to be one of those things where, we go, oh, who needs a beeper besides doctors? This makes no sense. No one needs beepers. And then everyone's wearing a beeper. And then it's like, who needs a phone in their car? How much time do I spend in my car? And then everyone's got a phone in their car. These food delivery drones, 10 years from now, you're not going to know how we existed without a food delivery drone.
What about weather?
What about weather in your car?
Julian can drive his Tercel to my house with my chicken wings. This drone can't get to my house if it's raining.
Sure can. What are you talking about?
Man, and now my bag's all wet, my chicken wings.
What do you think? It's a stagecoach? It's an enclosed capsule.
I don't like it. I don't like all this technology.
But I'm telling you, you're going to sound like I sounded when everyone started having beepers. And I'm like, why would I ever carry a beeper? And then all of a sudden I need 2 beepers.
What was 143 was I love you?
Yeah, 143 was I love you.
Yeah,
and then 8008 was boob.
You used to text boob to people?
If I was feeling particularly randy. If I love you didn't work.
That's why your dorm room was empty.
I would do boob 911.
But so what? We're going to have drones flying all over the place with food.
Yes.
I mean, who's
Yes.
to say I don't order Five Guys? And then there's a dude that knows I like Five Guys. He's hanging around my house. He knows that drone delivery is coming. He's just going to swipe the bag out of the air from the drone. What's the drone going to do?
Yeah, but that
What's
can
it
happen
gonna
with
do?
deliveries now. I mean, there's porch pirates now.
It's going to swipe the drone.
Yeah, you just rip the drone down. What do you think? They're flying 30,000 feet up the air. They have to come down to drop off the food.
This one, I hate to be on your side. I'm with you. I think it's a larger margin of error with a drone other than a human driver.
I mean, you see them even in Miami Beach, right? Don't you see those robots that are just moving down the street delivering food?
I don't like them. They weird me. There's weird.
There's a place in Delray Beach that just opened. I think it's called Sunday Village. It's restaurants and bars, some offices or whatever. And there's a security guard. It's a robot.
Man, I whoop his ass.
This dude would put you on the ground. You wouldn't know what hit you.
A drone is gonna whoop me.
A robot. This thing
It's
is
a legs,
immovable.
legs, two arms.
Looks
a
more like a
human-
snowman.
Man, I wear him out. He doesn't know. I
You
know
wouldn't
how
last
to dip.
30 seconds with Sunday Village robot.
I know how to dip and move. He doesn't know
you
how to dip and move.
Dip and move onto the concrete.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 94 degrees. It is hot. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the 80s. It'll still be hot, just without the sun. That weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Protect your home before the next storm. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Call 954-968-8155.
All right, Jack McMullen is going to join us in the next segment from New York as the Marlins get ready to face the Mets, game 2 of this series. On Hard Rock Bet, everyone's invited to the party. Your name is on the list. Sign up with Hard Rock Bet today. Bet $5 on anything, and if it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. So you got a winning bet and an extra $150 to bet with. That's how you get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Miami returns from the soccer all-star break to host Columbus tomorrow. Maybe you're interested in wagering on that match. Maybe you like someone to score twice, a winger to record an assist, maybe Miami to score at least 3 goals. However you draw it up, Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your picks into an epic same-game parlay. And of course, I remind you every day, Hard Rock Bet gives you new promos every single day. So if you already have the app, open it up. See if you've got a no sweat bet, a profit boost, a bonus bet waiting for you, something like that. Open the Hard Rock Bet app every day. See what's waiting for you. Some people call this the slow time of year. It's baseball season. There's games to bet on every single day. So bet on your favorite teams and players. You can build epic same game parlays. You could live bet every inning from first pitch till the final out. And training camp is underway, which means football season is right around the corner. And you don't have to wait till kickoff to start betting on football. Head over to the Hard Rock Bet app right now. You could lock in your favorite futures. Who wins it all? Who's going to be the MVP? You know who I have for comeback player of the year. What team is going to make it into the playoffs that no one's expecting? And if you're more into the college game, who's going to win the Natty? If you've got a little crystal ball for pigskin season, now is the time to use it on the Hard Rock Bet app today. It all starts with you downloading the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I don't want to be bathed, but if I have to
Right.
be bathed, I need those Hawkman hands.
Good song choice, Jimmy. Jack McMullen. I mean, look at him. He's got the ballpark in the background. I mean, it's like we're standing right there. Where is the ballpark? Is it Flushing? Where is ball?
We're
Where
in
is,
Flushing. Yeah, we're in
Flushing.
Flushing right now. You guys, for reference, have you guys ever seen a tarp? Just how big the tarp is? Standing right next to this rolled up tarp here.
Unroll it.
I haven't.
See if you can cover the infield.
I don't think I'm allowed to do that, Hoch.
Jack McMullen is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He's the radio voice for your Miami Marlins. Right here on WQAM, Marlins 3-game winning streak got snapped by the Mets last night, but they are back at it tonight in Flushing. Doesn't look like it's the greatest weather. Actually, it didn't look sunny. All right, it's sunny. How's the temperature?
I see nothing but blue skies. You know, it's quarter zip weather, but I could get away with the polo. It's like 79 right now, a little breezy. So we're good. It's nice to have boots on the ground and talk to you guys from the field. Usually we're in our stuffy old booth with the windows closed, but this feels good.
No, I love it. This is my wheelhouse.
Quarter
You know,
zip.
Nobody loves a quarter zip more than I do. I mean, today's National Avocado Day and it's quarter zip weather. I mean, this is like that's my heaven. Anyway,
It's weird.
I feel like the sweep over Philly saved the season. I thought the season really was on the brink of being over, which is amazing after the end of the May and then the entire month of June. Were those 3 games just that breath of fresh air that team needed?
It seemed like it, and I honestly think the way that they won those games, in particular game 1, it's a frontline starter in Zach Wheeler that they put 5 runs on in the first couple of innings, and then, you know, they kind of go dormant, and then they take on an all-star closer in Joan Duran for the Phillies, who is pumping 102, and he's got a splitter at 98 miles an hour, and they score 3 on him to walk that game off. So the fact that that was the game to snap the skid was really important. And then on the heels of that, you get a 1-0 win, and Sandy looked like kind of vintage Sandy, but also the Sandy that he's been kind of all year long. And then after that, you have that 8 unanswered run. You come back from 6 down. It was just a really exciting 3-day stretch of baseball at Lone Depot Park. So it just seemed like there was a total reversal of vibes. It was a big-time vibe shift for the Marlins.
And Jack, with the inconsistent bats, like you say, scoring 8 in a row and Conine doing what he did was great, and it was a great time. But then the 1-0 and then 2, 3, 1, 4, 8, 6, like the inconsistent bats. Is that like, can we get back to when we can get 5 or 6 every game easily? What's going on with the bats?
I think so. I mean, I thought a really encouraging swing yesterday. I know it was a loss in New York, but a really encouraging swing yesterday was the Marcy homer. I think that guy, and I know that it's been an underwhelming year by batting average for Jacob Marcy so far this season, but I feel like that guy, when he's going well, the rest of the offense kind of follows. The other guy is Stowers, and they were the 2 solo homers. And, you know, Kyle Stowers, it was a laser beam. It was like 113 miles an hour off the bat. And the 2 homers, you know, kept them in the game. One was to jump in front 1-0, and the other one was to tie it at 2. So I think Marcy had a really encouraging swing yesterday. I think Stowers had a really encouraging swing yesterday. And, you know, at this point, like, we have the 4-month sample of Otto Lopez doing what he does and Xavier Edwards doing what he does. And, you know, Mac is a net positive every single game. And Heriberto Hernandez, like, this guy's just turned from a hot bat to an objectively good Major League Baseball player. So there's a lot. So, Channing, I do think that there's totally a world where the Marcy and Stowers swings last night kind of get the offense as a collective unit moving in the right direction.
I know the Mets, they scratched Peralta, right, for tonight's game, Jack?
Yeah.
Does that impact, obviously, the Mets, I imagine, are going to go bullpen game today, so that impacts them because they're not Peralta pitching. But does that impact the Marlins at all in, like, their decision for the lineup? Like, how does that work when that happens towards the deadline?
So there's no lineup change for the Marlins. I would say the level of difficulty, like the sliders are turned down a little bit tonight. So instead of Freddie Peralta, who I know has a 5 ERA, but Freddie Peralta is a frontline starter in Major League Baseball, and he could get traded to a team. Like I saw the arbitrary list of possible suitors for Freddie Peralta, like Atlanta and Philly and the Dodgers and teams like that. But no Peralta. Now you take on Kodai Senga, who's got an 8.8 ERA. He's allowed 40 runs in 42 innings. So, like that's kind of a silver lining here, where yes, you get to see a bullpen that's coming off of a doubleheader on Wednesday, and they have 3 more, including tonight against these Mets. And you see a guy that just objectively hasn't been that good. So that's the only thing. It's nothing but good news for the Marlins, but for the Mets, I mean, this could be kind of kickstarting the fire sale. We could see 10 different names on the Met roster by Sunday. It's amazing.
Let's talk trade deadline here for a second. Do you want to run the bases while we do this?
Yeah, you know what? I could start pacing back and forth. You want to see what the corner of Citi Field looks like? You have any interest in that or not really?
I would like to see all of Citi Field.
Got it. Yeah, I don't think I can lap because the Mets are taking batting practice right now, but I'll throw batting practice in the background here.
Oh, yeah. Walk over to batting practice and let us heckle them.
Yeah,
That's
gotcha.
the corner.
Gotcha. We're walking and talking.
Let's do what's that TV show where they tell the guys what to do on the hidden camera, like only you can hear
Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, Impractical Jokers. Let's do that with Jack McMullen and the Mets with batting practice.
Yeah, that sounds good.
How do you feel about the orange foul pole, Jack?
Orange foul pole's a little weird. Like my foul poles are yellow. Like when I close my eyes and see baseball, I see yellow foul poles. But I guess we can agree to disagree.
You remember back in the day, the American League used to use orange baseballs.
When was this?
No, I don't think I
guys
was
remember
alive for that.
Hawk,
Yeah, they used to-
Hawk, you're 92 years old.
I'm telling you, the American League used to use orange baseballs. Someone
Back when
check on
guys
that.
threw 500 innings a year, right?
Someone check on that.
But
Yeah, Louis
banana
Tiot used to
ball.
throw 500 pitches in a game.
Yeah.
Solana, look that up. See if the American League ever used orange baseballs.
Major League Baseball briefly experimented with bright orange baseballs on March 29, 1973, during the spring training game.
73.
There you
I
go.
was pretty far off from existence, Hawk.
but they used it one game in a spring training game. They didn't used to use orange baseballs.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you watch spring training the way I did, it was they used to use orange balls.
Jack's parents didn't know each other in 73.
I was alive and well watching spring training
I
baseball.
think they were in middle school at the time.
What game was it? Was it a White Sox game?
That was a Oakland Athletics Cleveland Guardians game.
Had to be always the A's and the White Sox. Every experimental story you hear about Major League Baseball was the A's and the White Sox.
Bill Veeck, and who was it for the A's? Charlie Finley?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. This is deep baseball talk. I mean, you guys, I'm outclassing you all right here. Jack and I are having a moment. No, let's talk about trade deadline. So we thought the Marlins were going to be buyers because they were on this 5-week tear. Then we started to get nervous that they might be sellers because they were on a 12-game losing streak. Then they sweep the Phillies, and we're kind of hearing that, hey, maybe they're just going to stand pat or make a move. Any kind of truth, do you think, to maybe Otto Lopez going somewhere, Xavier Edwards? Liam Hicks, I can understand. Otto would hurt me. Xavier would hurt me.
So here's what I'll tell you. The trade deadline is, within baseball, one of the more nauseating weekends in anybody's existence because you pop open social media, you tune into whatever network, and it's always talking about the latest rumor. And rumors just come from all this smoke. And like there's so much untruth to the deadline rumor mill. It's crazy. I mean, we've heard probably 150 names around Major League Baseball be discussed right now leading into the trade deadline. And 25 of those guys are going to get moved. So I don't envy the position anybody in that clubhouse is in whatsoever, because there are people being talked about in that clubhouse and 29 other clubhouses around Major League Baseball that are just not going to get dealt. But Channing, you probably know this as well as anybody. Like, you got to put noise away and you got to be a pro and you got to show up every single day. In terms of like what the roster's actually going to look like, on Tuesday in Atlanta, you would assume it's mostly going to be the exact same. Like, maybe there's another big leaguer into the fold here. Maybe one guy's off the roster. Maybe two guys are off the roster. It really doesn't seem like the Marlins, based on all the reporting out there, are leaning in a certain go all the way in and buy or go all the way out and sell type of idea. Like, last year was really quiet. I think people forget just how quiet last year's deadline was, where I think it was Jesus Sanchez and Nick Fortes, and that was it. and we were looking at a point where like Sanchez was traded and Marcy came up and Marcy started to be the everyday center fielder. So like there was an immediate backfill there, and Fortes was already the third catcher on the roster because Augustine and Liam Hicks were playing pretty much every day. So I feel like it's going to be a quiet deadline and it's going to be a quiet Monday for the Marlins. But again, you just never know. And, you know, if you keep barking up that rumor tree, you're going to fall from one of those branches.
And Jack, with like Hawk said, with Liam Hicks and then Joe Mack doing what he's doing, that makes sense. Does it really make that big of a difference? Can they add somebody to this roster? Like you're saying, it'll be one or two guys that can really go from a 500 club to out of the wild card. Could they do that during the trade deadline?
It's so hard because there are very, very few guys out there that can impact the team the way that everybody wants these trade deadline acquisitions to impact them. And you got to pay a premium for those guys. Like everybody around baseball is talking, oh, you know, who's going to be the next Juan Soto acquired? Nobody's going to be the next Juan Soto acquired. It sounds like Mason Miller is staying put in San Diego, the closer that throws 104 miles an hour. Like Skubal is the one that can actually change the fabric of a team. And frankly, like there are probably 4 teams that have the type of farm system that can go get Tarek Skubal for 2 months. And a reminder, like it's 2 months. A lot of people go back and say, oh, what are the best deadline deals in recent memory? A lot of Mets fans will tell you Yoenis Cespedes. That was 10 years ago. A lot of like Brewers fans and baseball fans in general will tell you, oh, like who's going to be the next CC Sabathia for the Milwaukee Brewers? That was 20 years ago. Like these league-altering deadline acquisitions are very, very rare. In terms of guys that can like get you a little bit better, like probably a reliever, a back-end starter, like that kind of thing. And there are a lot of rental starters and rental relievers available. But does it make sense to trade a top 10 prospect in your system for 2 months of a 5-starter? No idea. And a lot of teams are trying to juggle that exact thought.
When Solana was at Citi Field, he got the nachos in a helmet. Would you ever get the batting helmet filled with nachos?
No. What I will do is the pastrami on rye that's right outside the radio booth.
Oh, really?
Pastrami on rye at a major league ballpark, and it is absolutely delicious. And there's a Dole Whip station right next to it, which is just
Really?
awesome.
A Dole Whip at Citi Field?
Yeah, it's really good.
Have you had a chance, Crowder was in New York yesterday, have you had a chance to stop by, say, an Original Ray's, get a slice of pizza, you know, while you're walking down the street?
So it's funny. I brought it up with Rod Allen yesterday. You know, he was talking about pizza, and we got into the whole like New York, Chicago thing. Because whenever you're in New York or Chicago, you got to have a pizza debate. Because for some reason, like that's one of the cardinal rules of broadcasting. It's like whenever you're in one of those two places, you got to talk about the pizza. But Heartburn City, population jack with tomatoes right now. So I'm a no-go on the pizza.
But Jack, is there a max on toppings? Because Hawk was trying to convince me. Because yesterday I was in New York and I had Ray's. I had a pepperoni, ham, bacon, and beef pizza. And he was like, there's too much toppings.
And sausage. You had 5 toppings.
He said there's too much toppings.
It's not too much. I mean, that's dinner. That sounds like dinner. Like a slice of pepperoni is just like a little snack. You got to have something later.
Your taste buds don't even know what's going on if you have that many toppings on the pizza. I mean, you got to pare it down. You got to pick 2 toppings max and then enjoy the pizza with those 2 toppings.
So this is where I'll push back on you, because you go to any Michelin star restaurant and they rave about the 20 ingredient salad that they bring you at the outset. And it's like, It's so good because there's so many things going on and you're overstimulated, but you just know it tastes good. Like if I were in Channing's shoes, I would probably just be like, you know what? There were 6 things and the combination tasted awesome. So I'm good.
He didn't have pizza. He didn't have pizza. He doesn't know what he had. His brain, you know.
A meat bowl with bread underneath it.
Yeah, the European mind cannot comprehend 5-topping pizza. All right, have a good broadcast tonight. Jack McMullen, you'll hear him tonight on this radio station. Marlins and Mets, game 2 of this series. Get us a dub. Who's pitching tonight for the Marlins? I don't even know.
We got Junk against Kodai Senga, not Freddie Peralta.
All right, Jansen Junk tonight on the bump. You'll hear the game here with Jack McMullen and Steven Strom and a cast of thousands. Thank you as always, Jack.
Appreciate you guys.
I love the background there, man. I want all interviews to be, you know, on the ground or he's throwing a baseball back and forth one time. Like Yeah, he dresses it up, man. That's because I don't care what anybody says. Just make it look cool.
Yeah, that is good. And Hawk, I think you've lost this debate, Hawk.
No, I think I just won the
It's been
debate.
2 days. Everybody agrees with me.
He compared it to a salad. You think you ate a salad.
Who was it? Jack agreed with me. Gino agreed with me. Solana, I think you're on my side.
Of course.
See? Hawk,
Jimmy.
you lost this one.
Jimmy, what's the maximum number of toppings allowed on a slice of pizza?
Honestly, as much as you want.
Oh, go to hell,
Jimbo.
Jimmy. The guy hasn't had a topping on his pizza in 17 years. Can't say as many as you want.
He's a cheese
I just
guy.
go pepperoni.
5 o'clock hour is coming up. Cheetah Pompano Beach. That's your party headquarters. A birthday party, office party, bachelor party, divorce celebration. Hey, you just want to celebrate watching The Housemaid for 50th time. You head over to Cheetah Pompano Beach. I mean, having a party. Yeah, have a party with a slice of pizza. Top 5 topping slice of pizza party. Cheetah Pompano.
Divorce celebration.
Cheetah Pompano, great spot to watch the game this weekend. They got VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. Cheetah Pompano has that amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach, especially on the weekends. And you also want to make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. You can get all the details, find out everything that's going on their website. It's cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Text threads are meant for pictures of Jimmy's hot dog. All right, here we go. 5 o'clock hour
You know what,
on
I'm a chicken
Friday.
And cold beer on a Friday
Get some
night.
headlines here. We're going to talk some
Americans
NFL
that fit just
as well.
right. And the radio.
I want to ask you, because we've talked extensively about LeBron going to Philly after he made the decision last Friday. We're a week removed from it now, and now we'll probably start focusing on the season itself and, you know, whether I was just looking at odds from like Bet Online, and they've got several teams here, the Heat being one of them, that were not favored to make the playoffs last season. They are this year. Pacers, Heat, Trailblazers, Raptors were all not favored to make the playoffs last season. They are this season. And then teams that are favored to miss the playoffs this season, but were favored to make the playoffs last season, are the Clippers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Those have had the two.
Yeah.
Although we don't know what's going to go on with the Clippers, right? Isn't there this holdup on Kawhi, because it seems like that investigation could go into 2027?
Yes. The trade technically has not been finalized. However, I believe the understanding around the league, or not the understanding, but what people expect around the league is that the trade ultimately will be finalized. Kawhi Leonard will be a member of the Raptors, but still not official yet.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, the Bucks got to make the playoffs. They have all the Heat players.
What do you think is the more plausible explanation of it? Seems like Pat Riley really got fooled by LeBron. I think Pat Riley really thought he was coming here. What do you think is the more plausible explanation? One, it was a flex by LeBron to lead him on and show him ultimately I'm the real godfather. Even though we've squashed it, we're cool or whatever. One little, hey, I never told you I was coming there. I never told you I wasn't. And you may have run with it. Or you think there's any plausibility to the fact that LeBron was like, hey, Pat and I have squashed it, and this is a moment for him to flex a little bit and still be the godfather. He got Giannis, and he's very close in the sweepstakes to get me. So I'll let him run with this because they are a finalist. And so I'm doing a solid for Pat by making it believe that he's at the finish line to get me.
Hoch, I think it's B. I think it's that, like, Pat had a chance and LeBron picked the better roster. I know we argued about this. The better player of everyone involved, Jaylen Brown. Giannis is better than Jaylen Brown. But Jaylen Brown with Maxey and with Edgecombe and with Joel Embiid, I think LeBron said it. He was like, I want to go win another chip. And I think the best opportunity to win this chip is here. And he let Pat be involved in it. So I don't think he was trying to flex on Pat.
What do you think, Solana? You think he was flexing on him a little bit, or you think he was like, hey, Riley's legit. We've squashed our beef, and he is in the finals here. So let's let him, peacock preen a little bit. He got Giannis and might get me.
Can it be a little bit of both? I know maybe I'm straddling the fence there, but like, to me, if you're LeBron and you've put your list down and the Sixers are the team you're ultimately going to end up choosing, why not call the Cavaliers and let them know, hey, I'm moving in this direction? Why not, if the beef has been squashed and you have respect for Pat Riley enough so where, you allowed him to pursue you once again, why not have the respect of calling him and letting him know, hey, I'm moving in this direction, so that the Heat can go and
are you
pursue other
aware
options?
100% for sure that they didn't do that a couple minutes before it got released?
I'm not. But to me, this idea that LeBron James made his decision at 1 a.m. and all these teams were on the table and that's just personal opinion. I know what you're going to say. I believe the player, and that's fine.
Well,
but I don't.
It's so convenient. We had this discussion with Gel, but it's very convenient. Rich Paul says he made the decision at 1 a.m. and Solana just chooses not to believe what Rich Paul says. And LeBron says it was down to 4 or 5 teams. And Solana just decides, nope, that's not what he really did. And then Giannis didn't want to leave Milwaukee. And conveniently, you just say, nope, I don't believe him. He does want to leave Milwaukee. Like, you don't believe anyone if you don't feel like believing them.
When a player is going to make his decision to what university he's going to, and he steps up to the podium and there's 6 hats on the table, you're telling me that right up until the point the player puts on the hat that he's going to choose the program he's going to join, he still hasn't made his decision yet? Like, no.
But if LeBron made the decision at 1 a.m. and they announced it at 11:30 the next day.
Solana,
Yeah.
I was committed to Georgia for 3 weeks, and then I said, you know what? I'm going to go to Florida. Like, you can change your mind. I think he did Pat a solid with having the Heat in the conversation. He didn't do Steve Kerr a solid. He didn't do, because he's never been around them. He's never been a part of their organization. I think he did the Heat a favor by having the Heat on that list, to be honest. To where
by having the Heat on that list, the Miami Heat are on that list because they deserve to be on that list.
And
because
it's LeBron James.
Forget about Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra for a second. They're on that list because Giannis Antetokounmpo was there, and LeBron James wants to be in a position to win a title. And ultimately, I think it came down to the fact that, which I was wrong, by the way, I thought familiarity was going to be the deciding factor in this decision, which is why I didn't give the Philadelphia 76ers a shot in this entire thing, because I didn't think there was a chance in hell LeBron would want to add another jersey to his resume, would want to add another entire facility, an entire city, an entire new experience to his legacy at this stage of his career. Clearly, I was wrong. That enticed him more so than coming back to a place that he was familiar with. But you know what? I don't think he wanted to come down here and have Pat Riley still be the face of this organization and maybe have to deal with Eric Spoelstra running things the way that Eric Spoelstra runs things, because that's the way it happens in Miami. I think he likes the idea of going to Philly where he can be LeBron and he can live in New York and he can call the shots despite maybe not being seen as the face of the team.
When did you make this decision? What, the July 26th? What was it, like 5-6 days ago?
Because it was Friday. Yeah,
last Friday.
Yeah. So if he told the Heat July 1st, you're off the list, you think that makes the Heat look worse? That LeBron hasn't even put you on that list? I think it's great to be on the list.
Should have told him on Monday or Tuesday.
But
Monday or Tuesday.
But in other words, you think he knew that entire week?
I did. I do, yes.
Why?
I think LeBron James had his mind made up at the very least 3 or 4 days prior to making that decision. I think he had his mind made up because, Hoch, you don't make that decision at 1 a.m.
But
after
when
playing
you
PlayStation with your son.
You say that as if it's fact. You don't make that decision at 1 a.m. But what is that based on?
That's fact. Well, I make decisions all the time. Every single day I make decisions. You know how many of them happen at 1 a.m.? None of them are good ones. None of them are
never
legal.
had a consequential decision to make in your life.
None of them are on legal websites after 11 o'clock at night. I could tell you that.
It's
Not
just a weird thing to fall back on constantly is, oh, you don't do this. You don't do it. And it's like, well, how do you know? Oh, we just heard from Crowder earlier that Floyd Mayweather showed up for their podcast taping at 3 a.m. Like, no, I would say, oh, people don't do that. If you have a 9 p.m. appointment, you don't tell someone 3 a.m. Floyd Mayweather does.
Yes,
he's taking a lot of hits to the head, and he's done a lot of drugs, and I mean, it's Floyd Mayweather. Come on,
you were upset that he didn't go to the Heat at 1 a.m. I think it's great when Jokic is a free agent coming up. Anthony Edwards is a free agent coming up. Every time somebody's a free agent, Pat Riley has his foot in the door. KD, the Giannis. So all these young guys coming up that are going to be free agents, they have to look and say, damn, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, every time they have a decision to make, the Heat are involved. I think that's the solid that LeBron did for the Heat.
But you make it sound like he did them a favor by allowing them to be in the conversation. I don't see it that way at all. I think they belong in that conversation, not because LeBron is doing them a favor, but because of what they've established, because
it's not
of
what
all
you
the
think.
players.
But again, I'm not asking you your opinion. I'm saying, do you think LeBron? What's the most plausible reason that the Heat thought he was coming here? Was it because he erroneously allowed them to believe something that he was never going to do? Or was he doing Pat a solid by allowing him to be part of this swirl and show that this guy is still a relevant deal maker at 82 years old?
If I had to choose between one of those two, then yeah, it would be the latter. It would be that he has that respect for Pat and that he has that respect for the roster Pat Riley built with Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that they were very much in play because of that roster.
All right, let's do headlines real quick because I want to talk NFL this hour. Ben Volen is going to join us from the Boston Globe. Headlines are brought to you by Darrell Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save with your Pricito now at Darrell Kia.
I mean, you take Ambien, Hawk, at 1 a.m. Who knows what decisions you're making at 1
Well, but that's my point, is like people make decisions whenever they feel like making decisions. You're making this rule that no one makes a decision at 1 a.m. And I just find that to be a bizarre place to fall back to.
Especially if you're LeBron, you're waking up, you're in the gym by 6 a.m. What, you're going to bed at 1:30 after making that decision, waking up at 6 a.m. to be in the gym?
This gets back to a conversation that we have all the time about me not being able to eat Alfredo at noon. And you always want to schedule people's days out. LeBron might be up until 4 a.m. and sleep till 8 and go work out at 9. Y'all always want to just put these parameters on people's day. It's 24 hours.
I don't at all, but eating Alfredo sauce before 6 p.m. is just the heart of gluttony.
Y'all do this all the time.
I mean, it's disgusting.
I can't eat chicken wings for breakfast. I can eat chicken wings for breakfast.
You know, they have like blue laws in some states for sales of alcohol. They should have white laws for Alfredo sauce where you can't have it. You can't sell it till after 6 p.m.
I love a good Alfredo lunch.
RFK, you want to fix the country's weight problem, make it illegal to sell Alfredo sauce before 6.
It's 24 hours in a day. Let me deal with my 24 hours different than y'all deal with y'all 24 hours.
CBS Sports, they ranked the top wide receivers in NFL history. You guys want to guess who the top wide receiver in NFL history is, according to CBSSports.com?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry and Randy.
Jerry.
It's Greg Camarillo. So you're all wrong. What do we call that, Hawk? A callback?
That's a callback. Strong comedic device.
Jerry Rice was number 1. Randy Moss, number 2.
Yeah.
For anybody that missed earlier in our show when we were talking about Dolphins training camp, they did practice earlier today, and essentially it seemed like there was one winner today from Miami Dolphins training camp, and that's Caleb Douglas. This dude was over everybody's timeline, had a phenomenal day alongside Malik Willis, and who knows, maybe that's the Dolphins' secret weapon this year.
Listen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, you didn't know his name until he balled.
True.
You can call out Andre Johnson was a second, third round pick. Like, if his dude is that guy that they're saying, it would be great to have a number 1 receiver drafted as late as they drafted him.
Nobody knew Oronde Gadsden until everybody knew Oronde Gadsden.
100% true.
OG
the Marlins
was undrafted, wasn't he?
Undrafted.
Played in the Arena Football League, didn't he?
Played in the European Football League.
Listen, we make fun of OG all the time. OG has some damn hands, boy. He wasn't going to drop a ball if it got.
You make fun of OG. I don't make fun of OG.
Just say we, because I do make fun of OG a lot. But OG wasn't dropping no balls.
We make fun of you.
You make fun of him. I don't make fun of him.
Wasn't missing no tackles. I did miss some tackles, though. I did.
Speaking of superstars in the NBA, Victor Wembanyama signed a long-term extension with Nike. He has a new logo, and he is getting a signature shoe line with Nike as well.
It's tough with the big guys, but he's really not a big guy.
I don't know. I could never go buy a pair of Wembies.
Hawk, I hate to say it. I'm not buying Wemby's either.
No? I don't know. Pretty cool logo. He's the alien.
Oh, I saw the little emblem. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I saw.
mean-
I saw it on social media today.
Yeah. I mean, people are wearing Shaqs. Why wouldn't you wear Wemby's?
Who's wearing Shaqs?
Who's wearing Shaqs?
I wear Shaqs.
You shop at Walmart.
Marlins Mets tonight is at 7:10. Listen to the game here on FM 104.3 WQAM. Inter Miami is going to play tomorrow 7:30 at New Stadium. They host Columbus. Still no word yet if Leo Messi is going to play. He was back at training earlier this week, and we're just kind of waiting to see if Messi will be activated for tomorrow.
All right.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 94 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the low 80s. This weather report was brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Get your free roof and window estimate. Call 954-968-8155.
All right, Ben Volen from the Boston Globe is going to talk some football with us in the next segment, so do not go anywhere.
Hey, how does $30 million in guaranteed prizes sound? $30 million in guaranteed prizes you can cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 different Circa Sports contests. I'll go over them with you right now, but entries are all starting at $1,000, and they're all with no rake. We'll start with the Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Then you've got the Circa Survivor. You pick one winner each week, last one standing wins. And then, my favorite one, the Circa Grandissimo, with a $100,000 entry. You enter in Nevada, but you can play from anywhere. That's $30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for all the details.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I'm uncomfortable walking inside a tree.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass